子供たちや先生たちは
are
大
okay.
丈夫でした。
Were they? A teacher who says she is deeply
反
remorseful
省しているという教員。
to check whether the students were
児童ら
injured.
に怪我がないか。
She
心配
used
するよう
words
な
that raised
言葉や
concern,
普
and
段
the place
自
she
分が
usually
使ってい
uses
る
was
場
the
所が
source of the fire,
地元に
that
あ
it
った
became the
ことに対
fire's
する
source.
反
She
省
says
の
she is
言葉を
expressing
話している
remorse for
とい
that.
うことです
The Tokyo Metropolitan
警視庁は
Police, the fire,
失火の
in case of
疑いで
suspected fire, in
詳しい
detail.
状況を
They are
調べ
investigating the
ています
situation. The fire happened in a shopping street
火事
in
があったの
Izumo
は
City.
出雲市の商店街サンロード
In a
中
building
町の中
inside
にあ
Sun
る
Road,
建物です
Nakamachi, the
駆けつけた
firefighters
消防
rushed there.
延べ140人が
A total of 140
24時間にわたり
people, over
夜通しで
24 hours,
消火活動を続け
kept fighting the fire all night.
が経った午後
And around
7時半頃
7:30
に
p.m.,
消し止められ
a
ました
full day after it
この火事
started,
で
they were put
15
out.
から
It is
20
believed this fire burned 15 to 20 buildings,
が
and at one point
避難を
about
余儀なくされました
50 people were forced to evacuate because it's a familiar scene and a
に
shock.
ある風景とお店なのでかなり
Quite a lot.
残念
It's really disappointing and shocking. I hope they can get their daily life
よろ
back.
しいとは思います。
So far, we haven't
これま
received
で
any
に怪我
information
人の
about
情報は入
injured
ってい
people.
ませんが警察と消防は
But the police and fire departments say they will continue identifying the source of the fire and investigating the cause. The scene is JR
JR 高崎
Takasaki, near the station. In a corner lined up with residential buildings and restaurants, an incident occurred in this parking lot.
は起きました。
A blood-soaked woman is here.
血だらけの女性が
They say she was lying down in this parking
倒れていた
space.
と言います。通報があったのは
The report came in around 3 a.m. when the sun hadn't even risen.
駐車場で
In the parking
知り合い
lot,
の女
a
性
female
が
acquaintance
知人
is
の
arguing with a
男性と
male
揉めている
acquaintance. At the time, there were women in the area,
当時周辺には女
and they
性
say
の
her
叫び
screams
声が
echoed
響き渡
everywhere.
っていたと言います。
A yawn. I heard a sound like Kia. Maybe a Kia. But there were quite a few voices saying, "Help!" when I looked out the window of the room. I could see someone lying down. So I went to see what it was. I thought, that would be good. The man who visited the parking lot was lying down
訪れた男性は
and found a woman lying there
発見。
because the blood was spreading everywhere.
っていうような状態だったので
Once,
一回大
I asked, "Are you okay?" But he still didn't respond.
やっぱり反応がなかったので
So I called 110. According to the police, the woman was in
警察によ
Takasaki.
ると女性は高崎市に住む
28, Yoshida Chinatsu,
28
who lives
歳
in the city. The death was
死
confirmed.
亡が確認されました。
Miss Yoshida had multiple stab wounds on her neck, and at the scene, they say a blade about 10 centimeters wide was still there.
残っていたと言います。
The police began
警
investigating
察
it
は
as a
殺
murder
人事件
case.
とみて捜査を開始。
Yoshida's connections have come to light.
関与が浮上しているのが
He is a 34-year-old man who is said to have been in conflict with her next to Takasaki City in
高崎市
Tamamura,
の隣、玉
He
村
lives
町
in
に
the
住んでいて、
and is believed to have been Yoshida's
だと見られ
acquaintance.
ます。
悲鳴の後に何か音
After the screams, I think a man was muttering something. The man, his own car. I was parked in the garage and on the driver's door handle. There's something like a marriage left
も
behind.
残っています。
But the man didn't use his own car.
ただ、男は自分の車ではなく、
For some reason,
吉田
Yoshida.
さんの車に
They say he rode Mr. Yoshida's car and fled from the garage. At that moment, was he in a
その
panic?
際、慌てていたのでしょうか。
The bar at the garage exit was
駐車場の出口
broken,
のバーは壊れた状態に。
and the place he headed was towards Saitama.
埼玉方面です。
In Saitama, about 30 kilometers from the scene.
埼玉県深谷
In
市
Fukaya City, the prefecture. Here. He was causing an accident.
事故を起こしていました。
The car was badly damaged.
車は
Not only the body, but its outline.
大破しています。
Was it a car?
車の天井
The car's ceiling
ふわっと
went. Whoosh! It looks like it's been lifted up. The car's ceiling.
すごい速さでぶつ
Did
か
it
ったん
hit
で
at
し
an
ょうか
incredible speed? The accident happened in the parking
事故
area.
が起きたのは駐車場での事件の
About an hour after the
1時間後
incident.
午前4時
Around 4 a.m. Nearby security cameras
周
show
辺
the
の防犯
accident.
カメラが 事故の瞬間と見られる
Captured footage that seems to be the moment it happened. The car's lights moving from right to left.
左へ移動する車のライト。次の瞬間。
And the very next moment. The car, which seems to have been speeding quite a
出
lot,
ていたと見られる車は
jumped up for a
一
moment,
瞬飛び上がり、光が
and the
消
light
え
went
ました
out. Did the vehicle crash into this area?
はこの辺りに突っ込んだのでしょうか。タイヤの跡
You
や
can see tire marks and grass being knocked over.
伺えます。
Incredible.
キューンっていう
It's like it's getting tight.
随分スピード出して通るなっていう風に
It feels like it's going to pass at a lot of speed. Then there was a bang, like a thud. People who said they witnessed it right after the accident said, it was kind of stuck in between, and then, you know, about 10 people crowded together, and there were injuries. They ended up getting hurt. A few people died too. The 34-year-old man who was driving
34歳の男はその後
was later confirmed to have died.
されました
It was approved. What happened between the man and Mr.
男と吉田さんとの間で何があったのか
Yoshida? The police are investigating the
詳しい
details.
経緯を調べています
Even though her husband had died,
夫が死亡したにもかかわらず埋葬せず
she did not bury him. A large, she left him in a freezer, divorce.
離婚
Terrible. What a terrible thing she
ひどいこ
did.
とをした
The one arrested was the ex-wife of the man she lived with at the
当時同居してい
cruise.
た男性の元妻でした。
Time. The suspect is Moizumi
被疑者は望月亜紀
Aki, 50 years old.
平成
Around
24
Heisei
年頃
2012,
同年頃に死亡した被害者西口
she was the wife of Yutaka Nishiguchi.
被害者
But
の
even though the victim had a burial obligation,
を袋に
she packed the body into a bag and put it in the freezer, leaving it there while it was still inside,
死体を
and abandoned the body. That's what it says. On the 20th of this month, an apartment building.
マンションの冷凍庫から
From the freezer, Nishi, the case where Mr. Yutaka Nishiguchi's body was found. Right after discovery, the
直後
police
から元妻の
questioned the ex-wife, suspected Moizumi Aki. At first, the suspected Moizumi denied
し
involvement.
ていたと言いますが遺体
But on the night 2 days after the body was found, she said, I did
自
it.
分がやった
She contacted the investigation headquarters
自
herself.
ら連絡そして
And then, on June 23rd, in the afternoon,
6月23日午後8時
at 8 o'clock, 22 minutes, she was arrested as usual on the charge of abandonment of the body. The freezer containing the body was found at the
冷
entrance,
凍庫があったのは玄関を入ってす
in the living room right after entering. The body was cut off at the abdomen,
遺体
and the
は
upper body,
切断されていて上半身と下半身
and
が
the lower body was placed in separate
入れられて
bags.
いましたが
But investigation,
捜査関係者へ
in an interview with involved persons, the body was damaged immediately after the death and placed in the freezer. It has been kept
あ
there.
ることが新たに
It was newly found possible. However, at the time of discovery,
発
the
見時
room's
には
lights
部
were
屋の
off,
電気は止まっていて
and the freezer,
冷凍庫内の
inside, the body was decomposed. So when
ではいつ電気が止まっ
did the lights go out? In an interview with the
取材
police,
で新たに分かったこと
I've
がありま
realized
す
something. For about 15 years, the
望月容
suspect,
疑者はおよそ15年間、男性の
Mochizuki,
遺体が遺棄されて
paid
いた
the rent for that
あちらの部屋
room
の
where the
家
man's
賃を
body
払
was
い続けてい
abandoned
たという
and
こ
kept
とで
paying
す。
it. Since July 2002 until now, at the scene,
2002年7月から現在まで現場の部屋の借
he
り主
kept
として
paying
家
rent
賃を
as the
払い
renter of
続
that
け
room last
去
year.
年頃までは
Up until around last year, the room. He also kept paying the electricity bill. About 15 years after